Nein, doch, ich weiß, was du meinst, aber er will ja keine Beziehung. Oh genau, das finde ich ja gut. Das habe ich nie gesagt. Ach so, das meinst du. Ja, nee, das habe ich gesagt, aber das Ding ist, ich habe einfach nochmal in mich hineingehorcht und mich gefragt so, was will ich eigentlich? Und die Antwort, die da kam, war halt meine Antwort. Und gleichzeitig auch wieder eine Frage, warum will ich eine Beziehung?
It was like just quite a journey from the beginning. I feel like the main character, um, the actor did such a great job. You could tell so much about this person and what he wanted and what he was settling for or accepting. And, when we get to see him kind of stand up for himself and advocate for himself within the relationship and struggling with his feelings towards this person who he has a romantic interest in. Um, and then there's the kind of thriller element of, well, now he's trapped and he's being forced to engage with him in different ways. I just thought there was so many interesting like nuances and dynamics within this um, that I could talk about forever. Um, but it was just there was just so much to chew on and it was so juicy. And I feel like they did a really good job of um, packing in a lot of these things into a short film and just really kudos to the writer or writers, the directors and the actors and the people involved in this for making it happen.
When you're dealing with sensitive topics such as race and trauma, these conversations will tend to be tense and uncomfortable. One of the biggest things that I noticed with this short was just the symbolism of the role reversal, where someone who is considered white and someone who's considered, well, not white, anything that would represent a minority. It's such a fascinating thing to see that the white person is handcuffed to a bed where the minority is just over them. That shifting of power is such a fascinating contrast to me, and I think this touched on one of the bigger points of, can someone empathize with something they've never experienced? And so while the boyfriend, or by the end of the film, the ex-boyfriend, he's trying to be empathetic, he's trying to be understanding, but our protagonist keeps saying the same thing: you keep looking past me. Basically in a way of saying, you're saying you get it, but you don't. Stop pretending like you do. It's all very fascinating.
It's a very good, very interesting, very complex piece, and very well done. It definitely surprises you with some twists and turns. You think at first it's going to be mainly a relationship drama, and then it turns out to be, a story about racism, racial differences, and a very in-depth discussion about these things. And that discussion is complicated by the fact that they're romantically involved as well. So a lot of very interesting dynamics there. And there at the very end, there is the element of a thriller. There is throughout. The guy's handcuffed, so there is a kind of a prisoner element, and then the key gets tossed away at the end. He gives us that look, we're wondering what's going to happen next here. So, but the acting was great. The two actors did a great job. They were very, very real. It was good filmmaking. Nicely shot, nicely edited and directed, well acted, really wonderful writing.
The acting in this was absolutely stellar. it was just really amazing. I also think that the filmmakers did such a wonderful job with their cinematography and using one location and getting very, very creative with their camera angles in this one location. I have to commend them too, the way that they did the physicality, the sex scene on it. I think that they did it really tastefully. It was done really well without it being pornographic. You know, it still kept you in there with the story, and I liked that and I appreciated it. The way that they revealed what the story was and what was going on, I think was very, very clever. I liked the twist in it, and yeah, they did a great job with this.